Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Kamala Harris and her husband Doug Emhoff, they could be Splitsville, population 2, very shortly. And now we have a new video that leaked. Kinda. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, please check that address in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@explainamerica, and hit subscribe absolutely free. It really helps us out. Kamala Harris is and was the most manufactured candidate for president that I had ever seen. Carefully crafted. I called her a robot. She was basically just a puppet that would do what she was told. Here's what you stand, here's what you say, do the right thing. An empty vessel that just did what they told her to do. I said that from jump, and I believe I'm still correct about that. And now as rumors swirl that Kamala Harris is actually blaming Doug Emhoff, blaming the news about him having an affair with his nanny in the previous marriage, getting her pregnant, all this stuff, possibly assaulting a woman. He denies it, and that has not been corroborated. And so I don't want to smear him with that, because I want to say pointedly, that woman never came forward to say it was true, so I'm going to assume that it's not. But the scandals didn't help her. And a lot of people say that Kamala Harris is blaming him for her election defeat. So now what do we see this week? We see a video where the people just happen to be at the right place at the right time with the perfect camera angles and the perfect lighting to show her and Emhoff shopping for groceries, just like any couple ever in history. Because don't forget, they're just like you. They're just like you and me, right? They're just normal people. There's one problem. The Vice Presidential Protection Act gives the Vice President Secret Service protection around the clock for 6 months after they're out of office. Now, she's only been out of office for less than a month, and you couldn't see any Secret Service agents here. Why? Because she wanted to look like just you and me, just normal people doing their shopping. Because she's going to run for something, be it California governor or president again. And this is part of her rehabilitation tour. This was the most carefully crafted, staged, candid that I've ever seen. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And for people to believe it, oh, look how cute they are. It's a couple. You're a dimwit if you believe this is what happened. Seriously, you shouldn't be allowed to vote because you're too dense and too gullible. I want you to watch this video on it and let me know what you think in the comments.
That hadn't been occupied for a while.
Trump's been back in office for 4 days, and there hasn't been a peep from traditional Democrat leaders. Where is everybody? The only calls Nancy's been making since she broke her hip have been to her stockbroker. My mistake. Nancy doesn't know anything about stocks. Paulie P. has made some major moves after Trump won the election. The Pelosi's must have gotten a tip about the golden age. Adam Schiff tried to put his face out there, but he's been censured in the House and pardoned as a senator. And something seems off.
So the president issued a number of executive orders last night. Let's break it down. But before I do, banged my head, really dumb, anyway, clumsy. These are mass deportations. That's what he's saying also. And what that will mean is farm workers won't be on our farms. Food prices are going to go up. We will lose a lot of construction workers.
Pick our crops and set our tables. What is it with these Democrats ever since the Civil War? Kamala says she wasn't going to go quietly, but she's been as quiet as a mime. Mamala just launched a blog, though, and we clicked on it, and she wants our email address so she can ask us for money. And she needs it because grocery prices are ridiculous. She just found out about inflation. The New York Post caught her grocery shopping with Dougie Fresh. What kind of husband goes grocery shopping with his wife? The Democrats and the media are attached at the hip, so when one goes down, they go down together. They can't function without each other. CNN is losing hundreds of millions of dollars. They're laying off hundreds of workers. And Jim Acosta is threatening to quit because the new chairman's making him work the graveyard shift. A CNN insider saying this: Jim is one of the least liked and most eye-rolled of all the talent at CNN. And this has been a long-standing status. He's insufferable, an egomaniac. If he can make himself part of the story, he will. His jealousy is even visibly thicker than his makeup and hardened hair gel. Wow, Acosta sounds worse than Greg. Trump's new FCC chair just reinstated complaints against CBS, NBC, and ABC for their biased election coverage. Oh, and former Politico writers are turning into whistleblowers.
I was covering Biden at the time, and I remember coming to my editor and saying, hey, we need to write about the Hunter Biden laptop. And I was told this came from on high at Politico. Don't write about the laptop. Don't talk about the laptop. Don't tweet about the laptop.
Politico responded in a statement to Primetime saying, quote, it's BS. Former Democrat donor Nicole Shanahan joins me now. How are you, Nicole?